So to get you all caught up, a prank catcher who runs an operation on Roblox recently got permabanned and sent a cease and desist because of catching predators. And if you want more information on that, you could just check out my other video. I really did a deep dive and a breakdown on the numbers of how many people are probably getting preyed on as well. But anyway, and Roblox pretty much said he was treating the Preds unfairly when he would get them arrested. And now JiDion finally came out and said his take on the situation because it's his friend and they work together.
Roblox proactively reports potentially harmful content to the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. You report it, but do you take it down? You know how many map communities and how many lolly communities? I'm not gonna even go into what that stuff is. If you guys want to learn about it, like, you could just Google it for yourselves. But do you guys realize like how many different things that are like literally like dang near CP rings on Roblox that they just leave up and they don't take down, that have hundreds of thousands of users logging into it every day?
Yeah, he brings up a pretty good point. After just a few minutes of research, I found countless law cases where people sue Roblox for their children getting assaulted from people that they met on Roblox and were paid in Robux to meet up with. And it's taken countless cases of stuff like this happening to children and a public figure getting a lawsuit against them for action to finally be taken. And the first thing that happened is that there's now a class action lawsuit against Roblox for not protecting children on their site. And they're also being expected to pay for all of the attorney fees and additional fees against them. Now, something really funny happened about this because this reminds me of another situation that you might remember, because Roblox just made a new rule about vigilante groups and they published a fucking article titled "More on Our Removal of Vigilantes from Roblox," as if the people catching the predators are the problem. And something they say is, due to privacy considerations, we cannot inform users whether their reports have led to consequences. Well, they don't. They see these users that they report and send drives with all of the legal information. They even give the same information to the police. They see them get back on if they don't get arrested. So this statement is pretty much just like, let's cover our ass by saying you have no clue what's going on behind the scenes. We could be arresting these people and just not putting it out in the public when they're not. If you look at the other side of the story, they're very clearly not. And back to what I was saying though, the situation reminds me of back when Steam actually changed their guidelines to say whatever Big Daddy, MasterCard, and Visa don't like will just be taken off the site. Obviously like a completely different situation, but I like the overlapping guideline changes. Anyways, the next thing they say is, rather than taking actions that violate our policies and potentially creating additional risk, we encourage users to report issues through the official channels so we can investigate them quickly and effectively. The official channels being them, and not the police. Of course, even though there's significant evidence that they do absolutely nothing, still go through them. But the thing that confuses me the most is, how can they just do this? I swear there has to be some jurisdiction thing to where they can't just sue him for stuff that didn't happen on their website. It happens all on Discord. Well, at least for the most part. I guess, to be fair, it just begins on Roblox, but it always ends up moving to Discord and almost completely takes place on Discord. So how do they have any control or say in what he does on other sites? I mean, it's kind of bullshit. And how can they even defend this when people are literally getting arrested from him doing it? They're saying he's not taking the proper channels, but he gets arrests. And I think one of the best signs that they even know they're in the wrong is the Roblox CEO literally sold 875 shares of Roblox. Yeah, but don't worry, they already sold another like 800,000 to 900,000 shares. This was just another $110,000 he had to take out. But honestly, I don't even know how this is gonna go. This could go either way, because it's to the point to where I seriously don't know. The judge could just like let them go. They could just get paid off or something. But a pedo would never be protected under any circumstance. Okay, but really, there's now a US congressman that is also fighting for protection of children on Roblox. His name's Ro Khanna, and he made a petition that says we need Roblox to do more to protect children, provide more support to parents, and strengthen law enforcement protocols that help bring predators to justice, and give creators and developers a seat at the table. And I think that last part was a really good point, because the response to Schlep, where instead of helping him or asking what they could do better or giving him some assistance or just showing that they're like grateful for what he does, they sent him an IP ban and legal documents to take down the content. It just really shows where their priorities are at, whereas they care a lot more about how they look than like protecting kids. So I think one of the best things you can do as an individual is just go and sign this petition. It'll literally take like 2 seconds. I already showed you the whole thing. Just go to the link in the description, sign it, and yeah, sub to this channel, sub to my other one, and see ya.